Hey guys, welcome back to Super Switch U. Today we're going to do a review, and I've pushed this one back probably almost too far, but I want to try to catch it before I forget all my thoughts on it. So we're going to do that now. Yooka RePlaylee. That's the one I want to cover today. It was something that I was sort of excited for, but I had my concerns. So I'd like to go over just everything compared to the original game, new stuff, how it runs and plays on Switch 2, all of that. So we'll do that. We'll give it a score on the U scale, and then yeah, we might show a little bit stuff off here real quick too. Just that's the wrong box to grab. How about the camera? Let's pull that down. There we go. Okay. Something I want to start trying to do is just get a little bit of gameplay footage in with the reviews, so you get a refresher which game I'm talking about. Okay. Probably should have pre-started this, but I will say that it is better than I was expecting, being a remake of a game from like maybe 10 years ago. Maybe not even that. I don't remember when the original Yooka came out. I don't feel like it was 2014. I feel like it was like more like 16 or 17. So, no, I guess 16 would be 10 years ago. Man, time sure flies when you're playing games. But yeah, I guess I would have put it right about 10 years ago from now. Even though this game came out last year. This is going to throw us back in where we were at last, right? Galleon Galaxy. So we're going to go to a different world. Haven't really covered a lot, I think, on this channel. We did a Let's Play tabletop, maybe? Yeah, we did, didn't we? We did the Let's Play tabletop, which is where we covered the Galleon Galaxy, and then we did the initial unboxing. Showed off some of the first stuff, I think. And so with that, let's jump out of here, and then get through the very long load screen. That's one thing I'm kind of disappointed, is that it still has long load screens, even as a remake and on Switch 2. I was kind of hoping that Switch 2 would have eliminated a lot of the load screen, but it sure hasn't. So, I mean, just being in this modern day and still having to wait that long to load up between going into and out of worlds, it's a little rough. Now, like back in the day, it would have been standard. One thing I do want to touch on real quick, though, is Galleon Galaxy, which if you want to see some of what this world looks like, go to the Let's Play tabletop episode for this, and you can see it. But this world is essentially unnecessary, unless you just really want to play it. Just trying to get an outside look here. But world number 5, technically, you don't need it. Actually, same thing applies to 4, which I think is just right outside this door over here. That's another thing. I got a thing going on right now where you could just infinitely do this right here. Enemies no longer become a threat. Just, they should be running from you. You are the monstrosity. Okay. So yeah, here we go. So world number 4, the casino. Also, essentially, unnecessary. And I'll go ahead and kind of explain that too. So, originally, in the game, you had to learn certain skills to be able to go on and progress and to get to capital B, which is the final boss. And to get these skills, you had to actually go into these different worlds and learn it from trouser snakes. And now, in this game, you... Oop, that's not really what I wanted, but I guess... Hey, look, there's a pagey. I don't know if you could do that in the first one or not, but... I mean, I would consider that more of a Oh wait, no, I don't need to talk to them, do I? I just need to pull up the map. I was thinking I had to talk to them to warp, but I do not. I need to go back over. Hold on. I need to zoom this in because I can't touch this one because the fridge was in the way. There we go. Okay. But anyway, you get every skill that you're supposed to learn throughout the game. You have just right out the gate. And so with that, all you actually need is enough pages to move through the doors to get to the end. And I calculated that. And with what you can find in the opening world area and just throughout the tower and in the first and second worlds, you can get enough and within a few hours to just go fight Capital B. And you don't even need the third one, which is it's over here somewhere. I can go back up. Get over here though. And that one. Okay, so it's over. Oop, I missed. I missed it pretty bad. So alright, there's a thing over here where I think we can get it. If I can get to where I can see it, should be able to. There we go. Alright, so world number 3, which is a swamp, kind of a spooky swamp. They don't even need that one. Nope. That's unnecessary too. So what we want, can I? Yeah, so World 2 is the ice one, and then World 1 is just that big, like, Aztec-type ruins one. That's the only 2 you technically need, but you know what? I think we might have left a few things in the swamp. Maybe we could go back. Maybe. I honestly don't remember what I did or didn't do. But, I mean, that may not seem like as big of a deal, but it really is. When you make 3/5 of the game unnecessary, it feels smaller. It feels shorter than it used to because you can essentially do this. And as I was playing it, I was just trying to, go after pages. I was collecting, So before I even knew it, I had enough. I could technically go on, and I had to be like, well, no, because I really want to see these other worlds. I want to see what they've done to them. So I had to force myself to pace myself. And I did very little in Galleon Galaxy before I beat the game. Because we did the Let's Play tabletop, or it was after I had beaten the game. And that's where I actually got most of the pages that I have for that world was in there. So, let's see, was there any... Yeah, there's one here for the trolley, or the Kartos there. And then... let me go talk to this guy. Is there anything else I can buy, or did I buy them all? Oh, okay, yeah, we could still... I got plenty of coins, so I might as well. Alright, so we got that one there. There's 2 over there. It's probably going to be a 3rd one, like right there, but let's find out. Oh, nope, we got one over there somewhere. And still got plenty to show. Okay. Do one more, and then I'll go see if I can find them. Oh, no, that was it. So I really did have almost all of them. So we were missing 7. Which is... I'm in my own way here. Hold on. Off-road, curled up course. Oop, hold on. There's something else at the bottom. All of the pages and all the quids. Then Kartos Gold. Hard-headed. One in the 20s somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, 24. Forgotten treasure. Alright. It sounds to me like we should probably just go ahead and warp to this guy right here. Let's start there. Where am I in regards to the map here? We are looking in the opposite direction, so flip around. Is it there? It is in the middle of the whole thing here, so let's go around to the front of this thing. Let's go ahead and take care of these eyes before they possess something. Get over here. I think, right? That looks more like it's in the pipe. Can we go in the pipe? Give me a second here. Yeah, we might be able to. I guess I never talked to her, so maybe this is it. We'll go in here for this. I already kind of sidetracked myself from actually talking about the game itself, but oh, fogginess. One thing I will say is there are some segments that are new to the game. There's just not like a lot. At the very beginning, there was a little segment. It wasn't open like this, but it was neat. It was a different way to get into the Capital B Tower, and it's every so often you'll find like a weird little section to go in. It gets kind of annoying after a while. Where are we? Okay. I want these coins first. You get away from them. Now, I don't remember if this was actually in it before or not, but I want to say probably. Because most of the regular pages, they didn't change, or they didn't change much. I'm not seeing this gem she was after. Oh, but there's a gold guy. Look at that. Got it. Okay. So I guess we just go back out. I said certain segments seem really simple. One thing they really did not make simple, though, was the Capital B fight. They did not make that any easier than it already wasn't before. You would think they'd give it some like quality of life things and stuff, you know, so like checkpoints as you get through the different segments of fighting Capital B. No, they did not. So you have to do all It's like 3 or 4 segments together where you start the whole thing again. I do remember it being difficult before. It was definitely difficult again, so that's a plus. Not everything was made simple, but every other boss in the game is skippable still, so you don't technically have to fight any bosses. Not being able to expand the worlds, I feel like, also kind of takes away from it, right? Because then it's a new reason to go back and explore. As where this, if you didn't do it the first time, you're probably not going back a second time unless you're just really after collecting everything. So it does feel like it takes away from the experience more than it does adds to it. But visually, though, I mean, look at this. this looks really nice. It is some really nice eye candy to look at while you're playing the game. So there's that. But I don't know if the trade-off was worth it. You know, just to make some of it easier, it would make it nice and clean and smooth running and stuff. And I do feel like there might have been a couple of segments before where I had gotten stuck on something that I shouldn't have been able to be stuck on, like it kind of glitched out or whatever. This is what I'm looking for. Wait a second. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. Anyway. See, and like that right there. I just glided right over it, and I feel like before the glide didn't last as long without some kind of assistance. But also, that should have been... I should have had to do this. That's the point of the sideways ramp. And I was just able to skip right past it. So... you know, there's another challenge just stripped from the game. But I mean, it's all right. I guess it's not the worst thing that could have happened because they could have stripped so much more from this. Yeah, and see, it's like a precursor because this entire challenge has to be done basically rolling through because you got all the ramps and stuff. I want that ring, though. Hang on a second. I'll come back here and get it. Good. There's that. I don't know what that is. What is this? Yeah, just climb up here. Ooh, treasure chest. There's a pagey in there. See, I would have missed that if I didn't go over here. They did add pages, though. I do know that, because I don't remember there being so many before. Which I think is also kind of the problem, right? Because with the addition of the pages, it takes out another world you would have had to have done. It just goes back to that same complaint I had. But, yeah, so, like, it's neat to have new challenges. It's not neat to have less that you have to do to beat the game. Oh my, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's it. Get rid of him. And it does seem like there's also more, like, cheats and stuff that you can buy and set. Let me see where that setting is at. Yeah, so the tonics and stuff, it seemed like there was more... get past the cosmetic ones. You could set it to no fall damage, but I feel like that was there before. And where you can stay underwater longer. I do have the extended glide, so that might be part of it. And that, I think, is actually a new one. Spinfinite. Get you a ring out. I have longer power meter, stuff like that. But I feel like there's quite a bit more of these, and it makes it too simple. And yes, I've got these things set. I wanted to see them in action, but also at this point, I'm just pagey collecting, so I don't see where that matters. Am I going backwards? I don't know if I'm going backwards. There we go. Alright, so that's 2 pages in there. Good thing it's like a pipe. I didn't want to have to go backwards, but I got lost. What else do we have left? There's the map. We got that one. And get gold on Kartos. And then the standard final 2. Get the other pagey pieces, which I can't find the locations. I just have to find those. And get all of the quills. And I'd have to just find those 2. Actually, you know what? Let's warp to right there. See if I can get the one that's not gold on Kartos. Is that I gotta do everything for. So we want... I'm just gonna go in the air, I guess. Oh, no, that's actually wrong. I think I need to go in the tube. Right? Oop. Yeah, I either need to go in here or on top of it. I thought this was where the boss was, though. Not? Okay. So it can't be, because this was literally just the boss fight, so either behind or underneath or on top. And I don't think we can go on top of it. I think I did this already. Yeah, we got that one. Yeah, that's just for coins at this point. There's Kartos. Did I do something with the bushes? I can get on top of this. I don't think I can do much else from here, but... No, let's do some climbing. There's coins up here, like I'm supposed to be here. Alright. Hold on, I don't think I did the right jump. Oh, that was no good. Here we go. Like I'm way over here. Well, it's not that. Let's not fall and whack myself on the ground. It's much fun or not fun as that could have been. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see a way to get on top of this thing either, so... I should have had some kind of explanation. And it really isn't, because even, like, the tentacle boss fight there, it's still there, right? So... And I can't swim in that stuff. Ah, I messed up. We're gonna fall right in. I think I've already done this. Yeah, I already did that one. I just don't see it. Now I can't get myself back out of here. I don't know. I've gotten distracted by Yooka RePlaylee. That's what this is. Okay. So not to take up anybody's time. Just playing the game. Holy crap. This is a good side note. Because I can still get lost in it and just doing and exploring. So that does help with the whole not having the difficulty in the challenge, and I still hear the music going. So I mean, the level designs are still the same way that they were. They've improved upon the way they look visually. Gameplay's still fun, and the soundtrack is still very, very impressive and matches everything that you're doing. Boss fights are great. Capital B is still infuriating. So most of your stuff's still there. It's just at the end of the day, some of the difficulty was kind of wiped away, and it feels like it shouldn't have been. I feel like there should have been maybe options. You know, like I get trying to make it welcoming to new players who thought the original one was difficult, but I feel like that's where a difficulty setting would have been nice. Or you've got all these tonics. You could have just gave one from the very beginning of have all the abilities or learn the abilities, and then you know, give us the choice. And they didn't do that. They forced the easier progression method on everybody. So it kind of hurts it a little bit. And for that, we've got our use score, and that is 4 out of 5. That 5 would have been there if that option to select making it more difficult for those of us that had played it before, those of us that liked that it felt just like you could, or to just restart that. For those of us that wanted it to feel more like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie with that extra difficulty there and just having to learn these things and playing it for those memories and the nostalgia and the challenge, I feel like that really should have been there. And it's like the only complaint that I do have for this game is essentially that, is just it took too much. So 4 U's out of 5. That's what we got for Yooka RePlaylee. But other than that, it's still a great game. It's still fun to explore, clearly, because I got lost doing way more of that than I was planning to for this video. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you agree with my score, if you disagree with it, tell me why. We can talk about it. Maybe come back later and revisit this and maybe try not to be so critical of certain things. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you haven't checked this game out, definitely go check it out. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. So, and that's probably more because I would really like to just have Banjo-Tooie get the same treatment and put on the Switch too. But that's never gonna happen. So, this is a close second. And yeah, with that, if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, so we can get closer to 1,000 subscribers. If you have subscribed, hit that bell notification button so we can be alerted to all upcoming videos. Because we do a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday now. And it's just anything of the different types of videos that I already make, whatever I decide to do for the week. It's actually kind of taken a relief off of me, and my brain does not have to just go through the motions anymore. So I'm having more fun with some of this stuff. So definitely check out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, whatever video we upload. I'm going to try to keep the same 9 a.m. Upload time, so that way just most of that day, depending on where you're at, you do have a chance to see it. Everybody can kind of see it on the same day, so it seems like it works. And then, there's always the chance that other stuff happens throughout the week, news and unboxing and stuff like that don't fall into those specific days. So just, you hit that button, set it to everything, you won't miss anything. And with that, that's everything I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.